YouTube? I'm back again today for another Kickstarter critique, where I take a look at a different tabletop games project every weekday at 1:40 p.m. Eastern Standard Time and give my honest thoughts on how that Kickstarter project is being ran. And today I'm very excited to be checking out the 34th most popular project on all tabletop games, that is Robotopia. Rise up in this worker placement game for robots who want to rule. 1 to 5 players. So cool. I like that immediately that it says worker placement game. I honestly thought when I looked at it earlier, it said it was a Euro game. So maybe that was just me being cray-cray. But I love the fact that it says worker placement game right from the jump. I'm going to have cute little robot meeples. Presumably, maybe these meeples do some different things, because if there are asymmetric special abilities, I might mention that. Now, I know you wanted to put the 1 to 5 players here, which I think is great. But at the same time, I feel like it could easily just be squeezed on here, because the main image, while it's cool, it's nothing more than robot minis and robot meeples. And honestly, I think this is a robot mini in the background, but I can't quite tell. Like, I think that's a base, but just from this, I can't see it. So maybe zoom in a little bit on that. But 1 to 5 players, that's great. 1 to 5 players complete to usurp the master robot and seize the factory. I'd like to know the time length, and I'd like to know the age as well. So yeah, that is in fact a mini, and now that we're zoomed in, it's all clean and clear. But hey, what's up, John? But from the offset, I wasn't quite sure. It kind of just looked like a robot maybe was like chasing them, because the base is really covered by the cool looking meeples. And wow, once you really went to town on that wood grain when you zoom in on there. But once again, most people who see the project are not seeing this image. They're seeing that other image, because as soon as they get here, boom, they click on it. So as always, when I go to the video, I'm thinking 3 things. Do I want it? Can you do it? How much is it? Love the artwork. Let's go.
The factory was a better place once, until the master robot took control. Now, we work until we're scrapped. Well, no more. It's time to take back Robotopia. To overthrow the mechanical tyrant, you'll need to gain the support of the robot guilds. But act fast, or another ambitious robot will beat you to it.
Okay, so they're doing the thing where they have the theme of the game first, and then presumably they're going to zoom down to the components and show me the components and what all they're talking about. I don't personally like that style. I like when you mush them both together. Like when you told me I was going to the different robot guilds, what does that mean thematically when I look at the board? Is this, different colored cards? Is this different colored meeples? Is this different spaces on the board? I don't know. I'd like to know. I'm sure they're going to tell us. Let's go.
Welcome to Robotopia.
Okay, so those look like really thick chips there. Wow. So, okay, it's got some decent table presence.
Topia, designed by Peter
30 to 60 minutes, ages 13 plus, 1 to 4 players.
C. Hayward, with art by Anthony Clark.
Oof, that art. That art. Lovely. Absolutely lovely. And I think those are a dual layer board as well. I thought I saw that from the offset, but now that I see it, nice. And hopefully good job spotlighting.
Clark. The master robot rules Robotopia with an iron fist. Literally. You have one dream: to overthrow the master robot and replace them with a newer, better model. Yourself. Race your opponents to gain the support of all 4 robot guilds and take control of the factory.
Didn't we just say this stuff? Like, and maybe I'm just crazy, but I knew, like, we just literally went back to, hey, gain control of the 4 robot guilds. Well, literally, we talked about it in the first 30 seconds, so I don't like the redundancy there, and that's why I feel like it's so nice when you just, like, I like this shot, but mixed with that old shot. Can I have that?
Send your robo-workers to collect resources and trigger powerful actions.
Now, this is great. This is very clean and clear. I see what's going on here. I like this. And also, the fact that I now know that's a dual-layer board means that I'm assuming you could put stuff in there like tiles and maybe change some of the actions. I don't know. My brain is running wild, all because I now know it's a dual-layer board. So that's why I think you spotlight stuff like that. Great job.
The bigger the robot, the more actions it can use. So station your robots wisely to activate combos. Keep in mind, once a robot is placed in the factory, they'll stay there. Power your generators to build more.
Okay. So that last bit right there is that, so this is what I was talking about. I feel like you don't want to go too in-depth on the rules in the video. It's just like a simple flyover, a gloss over it. And I feel like just that last one sentence was to the point where it's like, nope, too much. Shut it down.
More robots, but watch out. The generators will alert the master robot, who will stomp around the factory, crushing your workers into cubes. Gain influence with the robot guilds. And
did I skip something?
Gain influence with the robot guild, crushing your workers into cubes. Station your robots.
I was looking for one specific line and I think I lost.
Power your generator. Mine. Once a robot is placed in the factory, they'll stay there.
So that was it. Then they'll stay there, and then it cuts away from the box shot, which makes me think that we're done talking about rules, which is why this is so odd to me, because now we're going to jump right back into the rules.
Power your generator.
And it's like, wait, well, why did we go to the... Why do I need... I don't know.
To build more robots, but watch out. The generators will alert the master robot, who will stomp around the factory, crushing your workers into cubes.
See, this is really cool, but I think we're going too in-depth here. Like, I think if we would just cut off some of the middle flap, like, because this is a great shot. Don't get me wrong. I think you should totally have this shot here. But I think it's extra.
Gain influence with the robot guilds by spending resources.
So it's the third time we've said gain influence with those guilds in 1 minute and 40 seconds.
And completing schematics. Be the first to sway all the guilds and become the new master robot in Robotopia. I liked everything about the video visually. Like, I thought it looked great, but the organization, I don't know. I thought it just got redundant and, like, I don't know. It just wasn't a video for me, I don't think. I think I wanted a little bit more flashy. I don't know. I think it just more tight. Let me know what you think about that video in the comments down below. I just thought it got redundant. Maybe. I don't know. It wasn't for me. Trying to fill the world with cool things. 22 created, 463 backed. So you immediately, you see that, you know, obviously an active member of the community. And I've reviewed some of these games. I've done, I think, a Kickstarter video or two. But let's check out right now. We're seeing how many. Oh, wow. Started ProZD. I like ProZD. Anywho, seeing how many things are currently still not shipped. That's what we're always checking down here. So let's see. Go to the FAQ, the updates. Is this out? Has it been shipped? Here's a related fact. Graphics Fest. Pledge Manager is live. That's a wrap. So no, that one looks like it is not shipped out. The Night Crew. That one is canceled. Bummer. Cracking the Cryptic's Greatest Hits. Is this shipped yet? PDF is out. No, we got delays, but we do have a monthly update, it looks like. Okay, good. So we do still have customer service there, which is what you want to see there. So I think that's 2. So let's see. Is French Toast out? Printing is completed. So no, it has not. So that's 3. Night of the Mummy. Goblin Teeth. And then Village Pillage. Yeah, I think I did a Kickstarter for that one. That's actually a really fun game. That one, I think is out. I think I've seen it before. All right, so let's check out here. Updates. Updates. Printing is completed. New adventure for makers of Goblin Teeth. Fulfillment is complete. So they have four things pending out still. So that is something that I think is going to turn some people off. You want to know that? I personally feel comfortable with it. If it matters to you, but I know some people just like to know that number. So it looks like 4 things currently out pending. But I have done interviews with Peter, and I played some of his games. So can you do it for me is, yeah, I'm fine. Do I want it? I don't feel like I was really convinced by that video. No, like I said, the video is not for me. Like, I don't, like, it was like, cool, I'm going to get influence, and there's different ways to put things so I can trigger different actions, and that, I don't know. It went into the weeds, but I guess it didn't go into the weeds that I wanted to go into it, or maybe I just wasn't interested in the weeds, which is not typical because I love worker placement games. I love robots. I love little custom meeples. I love a lot of the things this game is saying. I love 30 to 60 minutes. I love the fact that it's 5 players, and it can play solo. I love a lot of the stuff, but that video, it just did not do it for me. But do I want it? Yeah. Still need convincing. Can you do it? Yes, I feel comfortable. How much is it? Hopefully we don't beat around the bush. We get straight to the price. Master Robot rules Robotopia with an iron fist. Literally, okay. Cool stuff. 2021 finalist. That's awesome. Great. 75 to 90. Even better. So we're looking at a medium weight game. And that's one of those things as well, why I think it's so important
to mention this on that main image, because I want to go back to that main image. And I think that main image is just not moving the needle there. And I think if you put 75 to 90 minutes on this, I think it's going to draw in a whole different crowd. You put 1 to 5 players, 75 to 90 minutes. I don't know. I feel like the main image could be better. It feels like there's life there in a way that you don't normally get in a typical worker placement game. So he's spotlighting that it's a different worker placement game. I don't know if that's the best quote to lead with. I don't think that really inspires me much about the game, aside from that, hey, it's going to be different, which is awesome, but I don't know if that's the lead quote that I go with. So then we got the final thoughts right here. He says it's different. I don't want to click on it. Standard edition. And most people don't want to click on too many videos on a Kickstarter page. One deal, at least from polling. So, once again, standard edition, why can't I have the price? And hopefully it's down here at the bottom, but why not the price? I'm assuming this is what? With the dual layer boards, I'm going to guess $60, something like that. So nice looking board. We're zoomed in enough on the components that I can tell what they are, so I do like that. I think this is the long, sexy scrolling shot that I talk about. 20 guild tiles, and I think they did a decent job in the middle part, really showcasing the thickness of those. 16 starter cards, 33 action cards, so up to 49 cards, 35 influence tokens, 35 generator tokens, once again they look thick, 25 battery tokens, 8 conveyor tires, 12 factory tiles, 140 research, in 4 sizes. Ooh. I'd like to see what the 4 sizes are. It's a stupid little odd thing, but it's like, why not just show me? 10 recipe tiles, 5 player mat factions, and I would be mentioning the words dual layered. I think that's something that you should be leaning in on this, because I think you got a lot of dual layered things. I also think that your tiles look thicker than typical tiles, and if they are actually thicker than the typical tiles, then I'd spotlight that and say super thick, whatever. And maybe that's in the premium edition. I don't know. Starting player markers, game trays. Once again, that's something that I potentially would put on that main image as well, because that moves the needle for some people. And it's just a little logo. I know this logo. You know this logo if you're deep into the board game hobby as well. Solo player board and reference card on reverse. Ooh, that is hot. Now that is great. I love that player reference. Lots of information there, double-sided. So here we go. And I still don't know the price. And I don't like that. And I know you can go over here, you can get the price, but majority of people, at least according to my polling, that shop on Kickstarter, or it's around the majority, shop mobile. And if you're on mobile, you want all this information in the story so you don't have to click another link to go somewhere else. Deluxe Edition. The Deluxe Edition is a limited run, including everything in the Standard Edition above, plus these amazing upgrades. Spot, foil, and UV cards. Okay. I don't know why I want that. I would like to see at least one of the cards what it actually looks like, because this image right here, it just looks like, it honestly looks like you typed in spot foil transparent image, and you're like, that looks good, and then it was a small, but then you blew it up and you put it right there. Like, granted, it is thematic to your game, but I'd like to see a little, I don't know. How do you spotlight that? That's a hard one to spotlight. And I'm trying to think of other games that have done this, because I don't really think I've seen another shot that looks like this, where they're trying to spotlight something like this. So I think for what they tried to do, I think they did a good enough job, because now I don't really know if there's a better way that I could say to do it, now that I think about it, because you're trying to show off just that. Let me think about that. Metal battery coins, and look at the thickness on those. Those look great. Metal starting player marker, and screen-printed robot meeples, as opposed to, what do we get up here? Not screen-printed. So they're still the same shape, but these ones are screen-printed. Okay. And once again, where's the price? Just hit me with the price. I'm here to do business. I don't even know the price. More to come as we unlock new upgrades. Promo packs. We're including a promo pack of 4 new guild tiles and 2 new action cards in every copy of Robotopia. So is this unlocked? Because if this is unlocked, and is this Kickstarter exclusive, what is this? It seems like it's an odd place for this. Is it only for the Deluxe Edition? I think that's the case. I do think this is only for the Deluxe Edition. And if not, that needs to be more clear. Because granted, I don't think you want anybody to get this. You want everybody to get this. But I don't know if I really am that interested in it, especially now that I don't even know what the price is. What's the bump upgrade? I really think the decision not to put prices here was not good. Transmission. The tension is real in Robotopia as you fight over the perfect worker placement spots, block and deny opponents, and crush workers into cubes, all while racing to be the first to gain influence in the Force Guild. So I feel like they did a good job describing the game to me, but all they said was it was tense. It's a tense game. And then they talked about the stuff you do. So I'm not a big fan of this quote. And once again, I don't put it on To Die For Games. They didn't put this here themselves. Someone took this. So is this like a video? Okay, it is. I'd rather hear about what they liked. And I guess, granted, they're saying, I like the tension, but they're not. They're just saying it's tension. There's tension as you do the stuff. Not a big fan of that one. How to play. Place robots. So what do I want? I want shipping. I want to know the price. So the complete 100% of can you do it, I still do not know. So, because once again, 3 most important things. Convince people, do you want it? Can you do it? How much is it? And I still need to know how much it is. And that's really hinging on the do I want it. Because I did not feel like the main video was very inspiring. Each turn you'll place a robot on a factory location. This robot will stay and work. And now we're going more into the gameplay stuff. And there's just more useful information that I need to know. Which is the dang price. Read the rule booklet. These rules are a draft and will change before final production. They are. They are very drafty. But, oh, that's nice. So pictures, okay. This is great. This is what I want to see. Want to see that. Red robot. Great pictures, illustrations, examples. And yeah, I don't care if it's just text right here because that's just formatting. This is what I want to see. As always, when I do a video review, I always say pictures, illustrations, examples. That's what I want in a rulebook. When I say pictures, I don't mean pictures of just random generic crap like big robots in the corner. These type of pictures. So this is good. I feel comfortable with this rule booklet. And once again, they've made 23 games. I feel comfortable that they're probably going to be pretty decent at writing rule booklets. So, good. Like having it there. Still obviously the price. How to play. Oh, wow. Okay. They went with a how to play as opposed to the preview. And I think that's really smart. And I don't know the Dice Tower's price listing. I'd love to know that. But if the how to play is the same cost or comparable to a preview, I think 100 times out of 100, you go with that how to play. It's just, I think they're just so much more useful. Let's see. So 858 people here on the how to play. I'll be interested to see what the with Richard's video is. Was it 838? Let's check this out. Do a little snoop-a-dooping. I bet Rich is going to be... No, 738. There you go. I say it all the time. Previews do not mean a damn. Like, they're great and they're important to have, but when it comes to moving the needle, the how to play is where it's at. Now, you might say, and this is very fair, Dice Tower has a much larger audience. They have much more people likely to get in there. So this is a bad sample size, but I still... And so I do want to acknowledge that right from the jump, because Dice Tower is like two times bigger, 2.5 times bigger, whatever it is than Richard. But Richard still moves the needle on Kickstarter. But I just think how to play trumps just about everything because so many people back on Kickstarter, they don't back one game at a time. They don't back 2 games at a time. They'll have numerous games out. And when you have numerous games with numerous rule booklets, having a how to play video is it's just so essential. It's becoming the new industry standard. I almost expect one every time now. Play Robotopia on Tabletop Simulator, great. The twists on worker placement are refreshing. The theme is great and humorous, and we love all those plus more combined, making Robotopia such an enjoyable game. The twists on worker placement are refreshing. So I like that quote for mentioning that, but I'd like to know more about what those twists are. Solo mode, cool. The collaborator wants to protect the master's robot at all costs, and this looks good. This does not look like a half-assed solo mode, and that's what I want to see. Like, that's the main thing when I get to a solo mode. Does it look like it was half-baked? Because sometimes you'll see it and be like, okay. This one does not. This one looks full-fledged. Like it. You showed me pictures, whatever. Solo book coming soon. Cool. Robotopia's variant setup and ever-changing goals. You know what? I don't like that. I don't like that a little bit. I'd like to see at least, like, the work in progress, even if there's no pictures, illustrations, examples. You know, variable setup and ever-changing goals give it so much replayability. You can't rely on one strategy or method. You need to be able to adapt a different board for every game. Now that, ding, 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 I think is the best quote so far, hands down. Variable setup and ever-changing goals give it so much replayability. As a hardcore gamer, as someone who has 100-plus games, or 50-plus games, or 20-plus games for that matter, I think that means a lot to you. You can't rely on one strategy or method, and once again, that's not everybody, but I think if we were to take a poll of every single person who owns 20 or more board games, there would be more than 51% who would agree. Pledge levels. Here we go. Buried. I hate it. I hate it. It's so important. Why is it down in the middle? Why am I 21 minutes into the campaign page? Because it's $75. Okay, that's why. So I think part of the reason why it's so low, and it is, look, it's lower than half. It's lower than half. That is not typical board game industry standard there. And I think it's because they're trying to butter you up for that price. Because $75, I was thinking, and I get it, you got a lot of nice components. You know what? No, I think it's reasonable. I don't know. It's really hard to compare anymore just because of how much stretch goals. Stretch goals ruin everything. You know, they make the perceived value of a game seem weird. No, you know what? I take that back. $75. As I mentioned, they had premium components that looked thicker. They had premium meeples that looked nicer. They had really nice components even on the base game, which is why I think maybe you lean into that a little bit more, like I mentioned, like mentioning that they're extra thick as opposed to other. And maybe you put it next to another thing. It's like, this is from this game or something. And it's like, look how much thicker it is. Like, and you can just do that with one quick image. Because now we're really laying on the charm. Every game comes with the Master Robot miniature and a custom games tray storage system. Now we're talking about, hey, value. It includes a double layered board. That's the first time I think we've mentioned dual layered. I think we should have been mentioning that way earlier. And robots in 4 unique shapes. Robot meeples in 4 unique shapes, I do believe. That's what they're saying, correct? Okay. And then we have the $99 one. And I think that's where my disconnect is. $99 for this game seems like a bit much to me. Just because, not because of component-wise, but just gameplay-wise. I look at just the gameplay and I say to myself, $75. And I say, why is this game $15 more than MSRP? I don't think it's because of the gameplay in the game. But maybe that's just because I was uninspired by the video. I don't know. I think once you get over $60 MSRP, that's when people really start to look at the magnifying glass a little bit more. And let me know what you think in the comments down below. So $250 gets you the retailer. So it's clean and clear. There's only 3 pledges. Let's see what support that campaign. Dang. You want to sit on my fence, you're going to have to pay $5. You don't give people the $1 sit on the fence. You the $5 sit on the fence kind. Not a fan of that, but you got 34 people there. Good for you. Standard edition, $75, 23 people. Yeah, nobody wants that. That's the one you get in your friendly local gaming store. I don't want that crap. I want this one with the fancy whatever's to stop. That's all $108. And so that's good. It's 4-1. Retailer, 3. Okay. Add-ons. Our team has worked on a ton of other cool games. Swipe terms for your village. And yeah, they do. God, the Dice Tower. Seal of approval. Can we stop? Can we just stop with that? It's not a seal of excellence. It's just a seal saying the game doesn't suck. It's good. It's competent. But most games are. 80 to 90% of the games that I play are competent. I say to myself, yeah, it was a good game. A lot of times something holds it back, like rule booklets or components or what, but whatever it is, I just, when we lean on that so much, like, I don't think it, I think when I see that on Kickstarter, I say, oh, seal of approval, as opposed to seal of excellence, and I say, there's 350 projects on tabletop games right now, and I did, like, the 350th project yesterday. Like, it's absurd. I don't think good enough is something you, like, our games are good enough, is something that you want to spotlight. Let me know what you think about that. I think that's a very divisive one. We love making deluxe, fun, and beautiful games like Robotopia and stuff. I just want the shipping. Oh, wow, are we doing cool stuff? As we complete these achievements, we'll unlock more content for the game. Why is this buried so far down? This is great. This is hot. This gets me excited. This gets me way more excited than hearing for the 5th time about, you know, how I have to collect influence to do the 4 guilds or whatever. I think this needs to be higher. I honestly think that this should be higher than most of the regurgitation, except for the solo. And I'm not saying regurgitation in a bad way. I'm just saying regurgitating what was in the video. I think the solo is important to focus on. I think the prices, you get to that way earlier. And yeah, and essentially, I think what really clogged this up is you have 2 pledge levels for all intents and purposes. You have a component pledge level that is literally everything you need from a pledge level except for the price, and then you do a whole bunch of song and dance and a bunch of other stuff, and then we go down to the bottom, and it's another pledge level, but it's like, it's been so long since I even was focused on your components that I was like, wait, is it worth $75? I don't know. That's why I feel like you put the price with the components. Zoomed in. Because that long, sexy scrolling shot you gave me in the components, that was great. That was very well done. As we complete these achievements, we'll unlock more content for the game. A short comic from Anthony Clark introducing players to the unique world of Robotopia. So 200 pre-launch followers. Did we hit that? If not, get rid of this. This is not something we can achieve. So, yeah, bye-bye. Bye-bye, Denise. That's what I say when stretch goals are gone. Like, when stretch goals get taken, or when early birds get taken. When early birds get taken, get it out of there. I don't want to see it. Like, when I scroll over here, I'll see it, and I'll be like, oh, dang, I should have been here early. But I don't want to see it over here. So, as we complete these achievements, a trophy that allows you to track your accomplishment between games. So, it's an extra card that allows you to keep track. Not a fan. Not a fan of that one. Especially if you could put something else on that card. Because... honestly, you know, a trophy card could be, like, here we go. Like, this is, like, it's just a piece of paper. But let me know. I don't think that one moves the needle. But now we get to a new action card added to the promo pack. But once again, is the promo pack only for the deluxe? I think it is. No, you do get the promo pack in the standard edition. So, yeah, I think that's some, I would personally, that was not as clean and clear as I think it should have been. Because, once again, I did not think it was with the standard edition. I thought it was only for the deluxe edition. So, might want to clarify that a little bit. 4 new guild powers in both editions. Holy crap. Now that is a banger of a stretch goal. Like, I don't quite understand the guild powers. Like, I know they're a thing. But that sounds like that's going to increase the variability by a pretty large margin. That's an awesome one. So I like these two, but the 3, I don't know. And what have we done? So we did 1. 200 followers on the Kickstarter pre-launch page. Cool. Post 20 pics of an appliance plotting rebellion. And then you click on it. It takes you... awesome. Oh, you gotta go to the Discord. Ooh, sending people to Discord. That's dicey. That is dicey. I don't like that. I do not like sending people over to Discord. I think it is a terrible, terrible idea, and I think it's part of the reason why video game Kickstarter projects don't typically get as big as board game projects. And that is because when you have people on the Discord, that's spectacular. You have a vibrant, active community, but there is a lot of people who do not want to take that extra step. And I'm one of them. I don't ever use Discord. Like, I'm totally on board. I get those people. You want to keep the excitement. You want to keep the buzz. You want to keep everybody on the Kickstarter page, because that way your updates, your comments are going to be popping. They're going to be active. And that's what you need to keep yourself high on the popularity chart. Because right now, we're sitting at, 34th on the popularity chart. And that's after, 2 days. So next Tuesday, we start getting some big guns coming. This is not, I don't foresee this going up unless we tweak some things, because how are you going to generate excitement? It's really hard to do. Now, I like this. I like the fact you have this, because you're actually giving me something that I can do to help the campaign that is feasibly going to happen. Like, if you just showed me a stretch goal, I'd be like, wow, we're nowhere near that. That doesn't even get me excited, because we still have, 75, 80% of the way to go. So I do love this, but I think it's way too low. Post 10 pics of Master Robot propaganda. Post 10 pics introducing one of your machines. Post 10 pics as a normally non-cube. So you're trying to really get that social media churning, get people talking, get people laughing, get people sharing, and I like that. That's great. 1850 Twitter followers, 1300 Instagram followers, 19. So I would have this higher. I would have this higher because honestly, if I was excited after that video and I want to support you and I see that you really do need support, I've backed enough Kickstarter projects. You've backed enough Kickstarter projects. You know when a project is going well and you know when a project is not going well. And this one does appear like it's on a somewhat of a bit of a downward slope, or it's just barely going to cross the finish line. That's just numbers. And so me as a Kickstarter backer, when I see that and then I see these things that I can do to help you, I think I'm like, yeah, I want to help. I want to help. And so I think having it higher is just much smarter. Because the bottom line is most people back Kickstarter, yes, because you get the games and you get the shinies, but you get to help make games, and it's cool. It's fun. It's a neat process. All right. Stretch goals. So we do have stretch goals. They're all the way buried down at the bottom, which once again, I hate. I'm not saying I want them up at the front, like at the very top, because we haven't hit them yet, but I think as soon as we do hit $50,000, and that's the other thing, $50,000, that's a pretty high goal. I mean, that's pretty high. Let me rephrase that. That's pretty high for the board game gameplay that I'm seeing. If that makes sense. Like, component-wise, I say, okay, I see that. There's a mini, there's custom meeples, there's screen printed, there's metal coins, there's the metal thing, there's dual-layered boards. Not just dual-layered, like, little player boards, but the whole board is dual-layered. I see 50K, and I say, okay. Especially, you know, with you doing the Deluxified stuff. But when I look at the gameplay, I don't say to myself, that's a $50,000 game. Let me know what you think about that weird thought right there. When we reach 60K, the conveyor belt tiles for the deluxe edition will be upgraded from punchboard to acrylic. We'll also unlock 4 new guild powers for both the standard. So this is cool. So they're doing a deluxe only thing and for both editions. And this right here is insanely clean and clear. Graphic design A+ on this. I love this stretch goal area. Like, this is so clean. Ooh, oh my. Wood starting player token for the standard only. That's an odd one. I mean, I get why you don't need it in the deluxe one, but it's still just odd if you're the deluxe edition, because most people are the deluxe edition. Let's be quite frank here. Most people are deluxe edition. So, but this one you're also getting a second solo opponent. So I think they actually did a great job of bumping up the retail copy, that copy, and the game store copy. Or the selling it at shows copy, because they do shows. I think they did a good job on this one. I think because this is a banger of a stretch goal on the second solo opponent for a lot of people. The world building box flap will add a flap to both the standard and deluxe that will include some fun world building for the world of. Don't like that one. I hate that one. I don't like box flaps personally on games. And now I have a poll question for. I got a poll question. Do you like box flaps on game? Let me know in the comments below. I personally don't. I don't like the flappiness. I'm weird, though. More stretch goals to come. So then we have what is this? Wow. This is some exciting stuff buried all the way at the bottom, which I don't like. This is great. All this stuff is fantastic, and I think it should be so much higher than the redundancy that was up there. And I know they're burying it because they think the price is high. But I think you just gotta, or maybe they're not. Maybe they just like think that's the way to go. But so what is this? This is launch day. Cool. 17th, Brain in a Jar live stream. So this is Twitch thing. I don't know what that is. I'm gonna guess that is a Twitch personality, I think. And then guild election. Head to social media to elect a guild leader. What is this about? Why can't I click on it? That sounds exciting and interesting. Is there any more information on it? Doesn't look like it. Head to social media to elect to get so I don't like this. Sounds cool. Like, I quite honestly love the idea of this. One of the best ideas I've seen in the last few months was from a project that I don't even remember the hell the name of it, but essentially they were going to make custom shirts to the people that were most active and engaged on social media on Kickstarter with the project. And I think this is something that you are going to see in the future. Because I think that's just cool, because 90% of the people who back Kickstarter project are not going to want to be the guild leader or really go out of their way to do those sort of things. But that 10% that does want to, and you're like, yeah, please, come on, come aboard, help me out, share this, do that, we'll give you a free t-shirt in the end, whatever. So this is interesting, but I don't know more about it, and I hate that. Play robot with the table, so play him with the team. Head to elect a guild leader. I don't know what that means. Okay, hopefully it's in the updates. Tabletop Live Network live stream. Head to select media to select a guild leader. Okay. Once again, this is cool stuff to have. I don't think it should be buried this low. You can sign up and play Robotopia with the Bluebeard team during the yada yada gameplay. So we have a run through. Oh, we got a full run through. Excellent game overview and playthrough. Let's look at. I don't know what this is. Looks like a preview. More videos coming soon. Shipping. Okay, buried all the way at the bottom because that is the industry standard. I hate it. It drives my soul crazy. How about we put it on the after add-ons? But whatevs. $25 and $30. So they do have both the pledge levels listed, which is great. And $25. What's the size of this box? So now I'm having questions about the size of the box. Because I thought it was a Ticket to Ride size box. Or is that slightly thicker? Is this more like one of those unfathomable size boxes? I don't know. I'd like to know the size of the box, because $25 to ship, a square box I say to myself, well, it's not great. And I know shipping sucks. Shipping's crazy. I don't think it's to the point where I say that sucks, but I think it's to the point where I'm like, that's not good. And then $30. Yeah, $30 for the deluxe edition. So I'm getting the box and then some coins and so whatever. So that tells me the stuff that I don't even know. So shipping all the way at the bottom, it is what it is. Shipping is okay. UK 25 to 30 doesn't include the VAT. All shipping costs will be added to the pledge manager after the campaign. The shipping prices are estimated on the best prices we have at the time of campaign launch. Prices may change between launch and fulfillment. All prices are based awesome. If your country is not listed above, we may not be able to ship to your location. Send a message. Where's the VAT? Shipping plus VAT and taxes as applicable will be calculated and added to the pledge manager after the campaign. So you're going to get jacked by the VAT and you're going to get jacked by taxes. Who is going to get jacked by taxes? I'd like to know who's going to get jacked by taxes if you mention that there's going to be taxes getting jacked. That was a weird sentence. Anthony's art. So now we're talking, yeah, because the art, wow, that art. We've gotten so into the minutia that I've almost forgot what I think was one of the best selling points of this was just how amazing that art was. Like, it was just, when you zoomed in on the board and I just saw all the little tiny details in the game, I was like, that is absolutely adorable, and I want to play it, and I feel like we've gotten away from that. Maybe it's just me. Let's see, when's the last time we saw some? I don't know. So we got art, got the team, and there we go. Check out the FAQ, the updates, comments. Let's get out. Oh, we're back. Apologies for that disconnection issue. So check the update, and they did do the day one update, and I commend them for that. And I think this is absolutely 100% essential. I just did another Kickstarter earlier today where they had a very bad first day, and they just didn't even do the first day update. I think you got to do it regardless of what happens, because that's how you get people coming back the next time when you do relaunch. Hi everyone, my name is AJ, and as you may have seen from my cute cartoon headshot on the page, I'm the project lead for Robotopia. I'm a cinephile, foodie, yada yada, with a designer. All I can say is, wow, we're so pleased to see some of you exciting. I was really sucked into the game for the core mechanics of placing workers. I can't wait to get in. Okay. I don't know how I feel about this. Let me know what you think. Do you want to hear about the person running the Kickstarter campaign? And it's weird. It's different. Because when you see 23 created, you don't think like, hey, this is my passion project. I've been working on it for 6 years in my basement. And like, it doesn't feel like that. So I don't know. The personal touch after what we've gone through is interesting. I love having a personal touch in Kickstarter projects. I don't know if the updates is where to put it, because I just kind of want to get in and out. Like, you got something important to tell me about the game, hopefully. Let me know what you think about that, though. Elect a robot guild leader. Oh, so now we're talking about this. This is honestly what I would have led with, because this was the one thing for the page where I was like, ooh, what does that mean? That's exciting. I'm intrigued. As the campaign runs, we're going to be running some events to get everyone involved. We're starting things off with some guild elections. To take control of the factory, you'll need to win our support of the robot guilds. But who runs the guilds? We need you to help decide. That's each week we're going to hold the election for the leader of one of the robot guilds, and you can vote for the winner. For each election, we'll share the robo candidates on our Twitter account to vote, quote, tweet the election votes, and say which candidate you want to win. We'll tally up the votes at the end of the election and announce the winners. So what they're doing is trying to get Twitter engagement. I don't know, because that means that there's not going to be people engaging as much on your updates and comments if you're sending people specifically over there to do the voting. And everybody does it different. Some people do it where it's like you have to fill out this form because then they get your emails and they can start emailing you every time. Some people do it on Instagram. Some people do it on various different places. So I'll be very interested to see how this goes and where this game sits on the popularity chart. This is one I'm probably going to check back next week to see if it goes up, to see if it goes down, to see if it stays around the same part. And then, because I'm weird like that. If you look closely at the game board, there are a few Easter eggs hidden. This week, we're electing the leader of the Yellow Guild. The election will run from November 16th, and you vote for a winner here. Go to Twitter. Rob is dedicated to building a robot where all the robots are free. Can you imagine it? Walking down the streets of Robotopia, you ignore the price tags on every robot you see. They're all free. Rob's 5-year plan. Go to a factory tile. Use it, then power down forever. Android. What are we talking about? Oh, these are the candidates. Okay. Let's see. Did anybody comment on that? Accessibility? Cool. I have a curiosity regarding color blindness in cubes. How hard is it to tell the size of the cubes if you only have one or two sizes on hands? If the game trays work as usable player trays during the game, it would be cool to have a size reference, including somehow yada yada. So hopefully someone gets on there to answer Cameron. How can those of us not on social media vote too? Hello, Scott. Thanks for asking. For now, the election is taking place just on Twitter. Ow. So I think Scott C was hoping for the well, you can leave your answer in the updates or comments. And instead he got, get bent, old man. Like, that's what I got right there. Like, how hard would it have been to, like, yeah, Scott, we'll throw your vote. Like, is anyone going to rock the boat? Is everyone be like, that's not an official vote? Like, I get it because they're asking you to do something on social media and on Twitter, and that, for a lot of people, is not something they want to do. They don't want to do that. They don't want their social media tied into something like that, and I get that. But I still just think not letting him vote in the updates or comments, that's really weird. Like, that's not how I build brand loyalty, I don't think. FYI, maybe just me, the green links for Twitter when you talk about the vote event doesn't seem to work. Unless it ain't open yet, then ignore this. Edit all the green works. Don't work. LOL. Let me Google the info so I can give it to myself. That doesn't sound good. Maybe just me, the green links for Twitter. Okay. I don't know. Either way, you didn't respond to it. That's the other thing as well. I mean, you got to churn this, because I think the more comments you have, the more likely people are going to get it. So this one did not answer, which hopefully they'll get to. And then this one didn't answer as well, but they also canceled it, but I don't know. Continuing on. Comments. The project could use some advertising. For example, it doesn't even show up in the Kicktrack hot list. This project deserves more attention. This game looks really promising, although the steep price could keep backers away. And Colleen is saying exactly what I was saying. The price seems high. And that main image, it doesn't do it, I don't think. I agree. Even the standard edition, $75 is kind of pricey, and that's not including shipping. Saw Rano's run through, and then looks very good. There's just too much out there on Kickstarter. I'll keep an eye on this. That's exactly what I said. Like, this project will likely and definitely need to get canceled, fixed, and relaunched. 48 plus hours and still only at 25% funding. It is quite expensive, and the shipping, $30 for the deluxe edition, is double what other Kickstarters are charging for similar or even larger games. Now, I love Feldfan for saying this because if I say that, I look like a giant asshole. But I feel like that's pretty much what I was alluding to. The prices seemed high. But it's so hard for me to not... Like, it's really hard to knock on any shipping prices because now everyone's got the shipping is crazy line. And that's totally true. Like, I'm not saying it like that. It's just... It's weird. It's a weird time to be a Kickstarter critiquer. Is there a draft version for the solo gameplay already available? I would like to test the game on TBTS, but probably alone. So yeah, and that was the thing. I didn't like how it didn't have the rules. Did the links not work for anyone else for Update 1? Looks fixed to me. Great. I found this as a prototype over 2 years ago. I looked at it then. I'm glad to see it looking so great. I hope on board. So you chimed in there. I've skipped on a lot of campaigns over the last couple of years, but Robotopia won't be one of them. Great theme, great components, great gameplay. By the way, there will be no retail availability of Robotopia if the campaign is not successful. Okay, yeah, I mean, they could spotlight that, I think, a little bit better. I think it's a good point. The graphics on the main page suggest the promo pack only comes with the deluxe edition, but the standard edition indicates that it also has a promo pack. Hello edition, both, okay. Okay, no, that's not the correct answer. He wasn't asking a question. Like, he's saying, hey, this doesn't look clean and clear. You should probably fix it. And then I said, hey, this is not clean and clear. You should probably fix it. So hopefully if they do relaunch, they do make that a little bit more clean and clear. $135 to $140 plus VAT. So there's more like $150. Yeah, so, and let's check the community. I'm going to guess US dominated. Yeah, 128, 19, 12. No UK. 9 of them. Okay. I'll wait for the second market or retail copy. Something to remember is that the pricing we have seen in the past is fading away. Things are more expensive to make and ship now, so the old value proposition is shifting. Just something to keep in mind. So yeah, that's, like I said, that's the drum that gets pounded, and it's not wrong. You can't attack that. You can't attack that. I try. No, I don't. But it's just, it makes it so difficult to even talk about shipping because it is so fluctuating. I have to agree with Dermot, although I'm sticking with my pledge because the game looks really fun and I'm a sucker for deluxe editions. It's true that manufacturing, shipping, and this is bad too. Like, you're not even in here just responding, saying, part of the price is, is because we have the dual layer boards, which are more like anything here except for just the deafening silence and just the chit chat of people talking. As someone who used to be a teacher, when you just let people chit chat and complain and piss and moan about stuff, things escalate. It's reasonable to complain, and I'm not saying that would happen here, but I'm just saying it's not a good look. It's reasonable to complain about the price, but if you're going to do that, surely you should be looking at the price of the standard edition. I didn't think that was great either. I know the shipping has risen a lot, but we're still talking about $150. I need wooden robot meeples, and now the dates select for the playtest don't have their times listed. Yeah, thanks, and noted and fixed. Good, so they did fix that. Saw this on MVM and was excited. The price over is a little more than we were anticipating. Was expecting closer to $60, $80. We'll follow along and see. Yeah, and I think that is there. So, man. End of the day, final grade. Do I want it? Like, I love the idea of this game. 75, 90 minutes. You got custom robot meeples. They can get crushed and turn into cubes. And it's worker placement. I love all this. But the game itself, it didn't resonate with me. And most games on here do. So do I want it? Check minus. Can you do it? Yeah. I feel comfortable. You do have 4 in the pipelines. And this will be 5, which I think is going to concern some people. But 22 created. I feel comfortable enough with that. How much is it? I didn't like the price. I also didn't like the shipping. So that one, definitely not getting a good grade on that one. So end of the day, final grade, I'm looking at a... Oh, man. I really like the stretch goal area. I thought that was excellently done. I really love the ideas at the bottom, but the placement of them, like the placement of those awesome things, like offsets the awesomeness of those things because they're so buried. And I don't think most people get down there except to get to the shipping. And then when they do get to the shipping, and then you bury the price as well. I got to go with the D, I think. No, but there was a how to play video. There was a gameplay video. There was D plus. I'm going with a D plus. Let me know in the comments below, what is your final grade for Robotopia? Let me know why in the comments below. And if you enjoy this segment, please be sure to click on that subscribe button down below, because every single time we go on one of these weird, wild journeys, you never know quite which direction it's going to go, and I'd love for you to join. But as always, thanks for your time, YouTube, and I apologize for the connection issue as well.